The American Space Agency NASA will now launch its next mission to the Moon in 2024. The mission, named Artemis II, will carry astronauts into lunar orbit. NASA plans to send Artemis 3 to the Moon in 2025 and 2026, the first time a woman in a non-white farm will land on the Moon. It will be the first time since NASA's Apollo mission in 1972 that humans will walk on the Moon. NASA has announced that it will send the SpaceX Starship on this mission. China has announced plans to establish a joint base on the Moon with Russia by 2035, but no timeline has been set for the project. Astronomer Drive. McDowell, who works at the Harvard-Smithsonian Center for Astrophysics in the U.S., says that such missions by space powers such as the U.S., Russia and China are aimed at establishing bases on the Moon to house their astronauts. He says that like Mars, the Moon is also being seen as a place to step. According to him, these are the best places for testing deep space technology. Dr. Lucinda King, space project manager at the University of Portsmouth, says launching a spacecraft from the Moon will require less fuel than from Earth. He further says that a source of fuel has also been found on the Moon. Has been done. Dr. Lucinda says that it is also now proven that water is available at the south pole of the Moon. Oxygen and hydrogen can also be obtained from this water, which can be used to fill spaceships with fuel so that they can fly from there to Mars and other planets. According to him, this is the reason why every country is trying to go back to the Moon and take possession of the water reserves. Other space missions in 2023. NASA will launch its Psyche 16 spacecraft in the summer of 2023 to search for an asteroid called Psyche, which is believed to be the remnant of a planet formed in the early days of the solar system. The European Space Agency (ESA), an organization representing a coalition of 22 European countries, plans to launch its Jupiter Icy Moon Explorer (JUICE) in April 2023. The probe mission will look for signs of life in the water ice there, but in protest against Russia's invasion of Ukraine, ESA will use a Russian rocket to send its Euclid Space Telescope into orbit next year. Will not use. Instead, it will use the SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket. ESA has also stopped working with Russia on its EuroMars mission to send a rover to Mars. They have now postponed the mission to 2028. China plans to send the Zhontian telescope into low Earth orbit in December 2023 to map distant stars and black holes. China has already launched robotic rovers to probe the Moon and Mars, and Beijing has established a scientific research station in space, known as Tiangong. Dr. McDowell said that it has become clear in recent years that today's humans are now on the hunt for Mars and the worlds beyond. According to him, this is the reason why in recent years, countries like China and India have emerged as space powers in the style of America, Russia and European countries. The governments of these countries are thinking that if the future lies in space, then our country should not be left behind in its race.